Okay. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm just going to make that clear right now. I did this recording already, and apparently I had just ran out of storage, so just stopped recording after like a minute. So we're giving this another go. My thoughts might be a little bit more concrete. Maybe not. I'm autistic, so my thoughts will probably go all over the place again. I figured a fun little thing I might do, because it's been like a year and a half since I've recorded a long form video, is just play the game normally and play some Save the World, work on my missions. I'm actually like really close to getting Guardian Angel done. I'll work on my Mist Monsters though, because I clearly need to work on that for my banner. I'm trying to get the Platinum Trophy, you know, also 100% the game on Xbox, obviously get the banners. I'm trying to do it all, and that all requires me to play a lot of Save the World, so that's what I've been doing recently. I've been having fun with it. So I'm gonna work on some Mist Monsters. Just because I want to save the Survivor thing for like another video. I don't want to do it while I'm recording accidentally, just in case I'm yapping a little too long. Okay, destroy encampments, we're gonna do this. So I wanted to talk a bit about Fortnite. The main thing that everyone's been talking about recently, everyone has a lot of fun talking about this, like, oh, the game's dying, you know, it's running low on player count, you know. I love looking at statistics much as the next guy. Not only do I like looking at statistics of like different things, like how well Fortnite's doing, how it's been performing. I also like looking at my own stats on Fortnite Tracker, you know. I'm not very good at the game. I used to be like a crown grinder and stuff, and you know, I'm sure a lot of people have said this behind my back, but I'm gonna say this just, you know, right here now. I wasn't very good at that. I was probably one of the worst crown grinders, you know, getting a bunch of crown wins, all that stuff. I was probably not that good compared to other people. For as much as I play this game, I have never been very good. I don't practice in creative. I never really upped my skills at all whatsoever. So I don't know, like,
something weird has been happening in this zone.
Looking
The
at my
husk
stats
encampments are going
kinda makes me
berserk
feel
and
like I'm
spawning
better than I
huge waves of
actually am.
enemies.
So
Whatever's
I
happening,
like looking
we
at
need
my
to stop
stats
it from
for
spreading.
that reason, pretty much.
When you find an active encampment,
I don't
be
know.
ready to fight
And
until
then
the end.
we've also got
According to my
the
data,
Fortnite
we have 20
statistics that I
minutes to
also love
neutralize the
looking at.
targets. Search the zone and keep an eye out for any encampments that look angrier than usual. I'll keep an eye out from here.
Is that Fortnite, obviously, I love Fortnite so much. I want to see the game succeed. I want to see it perform well. I want to see it do all this stuff because I'm really passionate about the game. I want to see it do well, you know. Because, you know, if a game does well, it gets a lot of money.
Take out the enemies to clear the
encampment. A lot of money, you know. Obviously, the money can go back towards
that's
the game.
one. Take it down.
One thing collabs, I guess. Collabs. Maybe some more, like,
one down.
obviously,
Let's find the next one.
One thing that got
The next
announced
encampment
is
might be
that they're
stronger.
putting in a lot of
Make
money
sure your weapons and
in
ammo
terms
are
of
ready to go.
competitive next year, you know? A lot of people really care about that, so like if they put even more money in there, then that entices more people to, you know, play competitive and all that.
Take out those husks.
So, I don't know, I don't think that's something, like, I want the game to do well, because if the game does well, you know, we do well in terms of, you know, the audience on Fortnite, you know, we get fed well with content. So I want to see the game go well, and obviously right now it is definitely in its lowest point ever. I'm gonna go and bring that back up a little bit, because just because the game isn't doing that well in terms of like, I mean, the game is doing well, like a million concurrent players.
2 down. Let's find the next one.
You know, that is good.
The encampments are getting stronger. Make sure you're prepared.
That's still like top 5 in terms of popular like player counts. Like that's still like on top of the food chain, really. It's just, you know, not what it used to be, but just because the player count isn't that high doesn't mean the season's bad or the game's bad, and I'm gonna go into that just a little bit right now. My favorite thing that I like to tell people is about Mega City Season. Mega, Chapter 4, Season 2. Oftentimes considered the best season of Chapter 4. Either that or Chapter 4, Season 1. Season 2 is honestly one of my favorite seasons of all time.
I was getting worried.
This encampment is not active.
It's a lot to ask. I really can't leave without it.
The player count wasn't as good. It was actually
for the location of the medkit.
Chapter 4 Season 2 is actually when they made the player count public, and that was when the player count was the lowest of all time. You know, despite this season I think it'll surpass that a little bit. But like, I think it'll be like a little lower. But that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, we've had really good, well-received seasons that have had pretty shitty player counts.
There it is.
You know, and so I think the thing I like to talk about is that
Round 3.
even though it was well and it kept the current player base happy, what it didn't do was attract new people, right? And I think Battle Royale has a very nice unless they go into the nostalgia. Let's be honest, they do the nostalgia shit a little bit too much recently, so probably if they keep doing it. They can't rely on nostalgia anymore, and with a dying sort of thing, right, Battle Royale, it's not as hyped about and talked about as much as it used to be. Shit. Okay, whatever, I guess I'm using this. It's not as talked about as much Battle Royale because it's been around for a long time now. So obviously, the thing that would get people back into the game is the formula that we're with becoming a metaverse. And I know a lot of people don't like that, and I'm sure the game won't be the same. It already isn't the same. But I think what people don't realize is, sure, lots of people quit if they stop focusing on Battle Royale as much and they just go full into the UEFN. Because that's one thing. People complain about UEFN. In my opinion, it's because UEFN isn't good right now. Let's be honest, it isn't good. It's the same boring slop every fucking time. People don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. It's been over 2 years and we haven't really seen many improvements of UEFN. But give it time, trust me, I think we will see better maps and things in time once people have the tools. And once people have the tools, I guarantee you the player count will spike up, and along with thin points and all that stuff. When you download a specific map, especially with mobile, they can bring back the mobile player base and even optimize mobile with that. It will, because mobile's not optimized at all. Those few things alone would make player base skyrocket to Roblox numbers. I guarantee it. It will happen. And I think with all the drama that's going on in Roblox right now, Fortnite could easily use this as an opportunity with Chapter 7 to release like a big patch for UEFN, add a lot more tools for people, and people will want to start supporting Fortnite more instead of Roblox. Because, you know,
no one's gonna believe this.
You know, we want to protect the children over here in Fortnite land. Anyway, the big thing that people talk about is the player counts going down,
become active later.
And one thing is that they can't use nostalgia that they had the past 2 years to bring people back to the game, because as of right now we don't have the UEFN tools to, you know, bring people into the game, because people don't necessarily care at all. You know, Roblox can do what Fortnite does, but better right now with the tools they have. So I think Fortnite still has to, for at least for another year or two, rely on Battle Royale. And I think one big thing that will help is ranked. Ranked is getting a huge overhaul chapter 7. And if you take a look at the ranked player count, it's not good at all. It's the lowest it's been. And, you know, one thing people don't think about very much is that at the start of when the player count was first showed up, you know, and it first went public, Arena still existed for like a good couple of weeks. And during that time, I remember it was averaging like 50 to 60 concurrent, 50 to 60,000 concurrent players, right? And then when ranked came in, that increased by like a lot. It got like 5 times the amount of players, right? Which is good. The one thing is, ranked has always had a problem. It's always had a problem with, in my opinion, as much as I love playing ranked and I love getting on and stuff like that, I'm not good at this game. I don't deserve to be unfair. I think they need to make it harder. And not only that, give more of an incentive to play ranked. Because right now, one thing I like to talk about a lot is like Rocket League and Apex. They have all these really cool ranked rewards that people spend, you know, a couple months trying to grind for, just to, you know, claim their spot.
That's it.
And
Let's get out of here.
Fortnite doesn't really have that. Like, we have the ranked gliders and the ranked backlings that people go for. Like, gliders, you do like the ranked game every season. You play it like once, you get it. And then besides that, they have the ranked challenges where you get some like Rocket League boosts and deals for it. And then you also get like some sprays and emoticons, and they throw in like a banner or whatever. But like, no one gives a fuck. Like, we need it to be like better in the sense
Get ready
that
for more, Commander.
there needs to be more of an incentive to play ranked, and that alone, if they can do right. I think another thing that no one has mentioned, a lot of YouTubers like Cypher and stuff like that, is they can rework rank, you know, make it harder and stuff. But you know, people be like, in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, I've already hit Unreal before, so like, if they're making it harder, I just won't play ranked, you know? Simple as that. But, I gotta stop worrying about this fucking medkit. I can't find it. I'm just gonna go and,
10 minutes
get
left.
these,
Stay the course.
these monsters. What if they completely, not only overhauled rank, but they gave us new ranks to go for, you know? You know, get rid of rank, get rid of Unreal, instead of, like, and get rid of champion, like, elite. After diamond, maybe you can put in, like, an emerald rank, and then after emerald rank, maybe you can put in, like, I don't know, like,
Get that encampment!
I know in Valorant they added, like, ascendant, or whatever. But, you know, have, like, a couple things before you hit Unreal, and then maybe the max rank doesn't have to be Unreal, they can call it something else. Just for that, like, people have, like, a goal to reach that max rank. It feels a little bit more incentivized or whatever. I know they tried that in Star Wars, but, like, it's still dog shit, so, like, that didn't, you know, change it. And I think one thing that people don't talk about that I actually think led to ranked downfall, and I feel like they could have optimized ranked and changed things and give it that rework a lot sooner. But in my opinion, I think OG honestly kind of helped ranked kind of with its downfall, because ranked actually had more players than casual Fortnite during OG and stuff like that. And the reason why is they weren't playing ranked for what ranked was meant to be. They were playing ranked because of the bot problem that people had, that Fortnite's always had, right? Where people want to play against real players, especially during OG when, you know, everything was different and everyone wanted to play like how things were, you know, without the bots. So they played ranked for that. That was, in my vision, that is why people played ranked. And because of the high player counts on ranked, despite its flaws, you know, with the low incentive and all that kind of stuff, and how easy it is to get Unreal, Epic just didn't care to change things because they saw how good things were. And then once all the people that came back to Fortnite just for the nostalgia, once they all left after Chapter 5, shortly, well, that's not true. They stuck around for like the first season of Chapter 5, you know, with all the different modes and, you know, how fresh everything was. But, you know, after that, the player count started to dip, like, very quickly. Shortly after Chapter 5 dropped, I suppose. You know, all the people that came back from OG left. Similar thing happened with Remix. Everyone comes back for the nostalgia, and then, you know, shortly after Chapter 6 drops, you know, they're like, okay, if I think I've had my fun, I think I'm gonna go play my other games now. And it just causes rank to get just left in the dust. No one cares about rank because it's not being... It was always played for the wrong reasons. You know, it's a way to play without bots. Meanwhile, I think, like, it had all these flaws, and,
Take it down.
and I feel like if they fix things right, they make it
This is the big time.
more
Get ready.
grindy in a sense, but also more of an incentive to play it. I guarantee you, that will change everything. That alone will help Battle Royale's case in terms of player count a lot in Chapter 7. I don't know if Simpsons season is going to be received that well, if I'm going to be completely honest. Maybe it will, because it's going to be played on a different map. We're leaving Chapter 6 this season, according to some leaks, and we'll go and play on a new map, or maybe a returning map for Simpsons season. That'll be fun. But I'm not putting all my marbles on Simpsons season, given that player count resurgence that November always has. I don't think November will have a player count resurgence. I think December will have a bigger one that we've seen before. It'll be more the one responsible for Fortnite's resurgence that it always has at the end of the year. And, you know, I think ranked will, the ranked overhaul will actually have a big help with that, especially if they can even fix up hubs a little bit and fix the bot problem, you know, as well. I think it can definitely help with incentivizing people to play this for the right reason, and for people to grind it and all that. That will definitely help. And I'm hoping Chapter 7 also adds more tools for VFN, allow people to play, you know, from what it will feel like, you know, completely different games. And, you know, if they do that, those few things alone, I think, will help out.
This is the big time. Get ready.
The game a lot. And that is what the game needs. And, you know, the whole point is I'm not very worried about because I'm still having fun with the game. I know a lot of people still are. So, you know, if you're not having fun, don't play. You know, the game will obviously be more interesting with the new chapter. It always is. You know, why should that ever change this year, this time around, right? And I think with eventually when they can fully agree with them that identity, you know, and have it not feel like it's a Roblox knockoff, and once it actually has good quality, people won't complain about Fortnite being a metaverse anymore. It's not gonna happen, because people will enjoy the kind of maps that they're playing. And then Fortnite won't have that constant fluctuating player base, where, you know, where at the end of the year, you know, things get good again because the new map comes out. And then, you get the, whole new, like, game mechanics and all that. And then, over time, things get dry and boring again, so everyone stops playing. Well, like half the players stop playing. And they come back to the next, like, November, December. That's how things have been, and I guarantee you that's how it's gonna be this year. But I'm hoping, right, if they can fix up UEFN, that is what they're gonna have to rely on with, you know, Battle Royale as a whole dying everywhere. that won't be a problem much longer. They'll be able to get those Roblox players. I think it will happen. And at the end of the day, even if it doesn't happen, I mean, who cares? Fortnite's still top 5 most popular games right now. You know, some could even argue that it's still the biggest game in the world, because a lot of people would argue that Roblox isn't even a game at this point. It's kind of like Steam, right? They wouldn't even argue it. Fortnite you can still say it's a game. It definitely feel a lot more of a game than Roblox. But, you know, like, even if the UEFF stuff fails,
2 minutes before I have to pull
the
you
rank
out.
stuff fails, new chapter, so that chapter 7 fails, Battle Royale falls into obscurity. One thing people don't realize is Fortnite needs all these people to play the game right now, with how the game is, all the player base that's split. If the game falls from 1 million people to like 100,000 people, they have to get rid of these modes because they don't have the player base to support it. They'll have to just go back to only Battle Royale, you know? That's the weird thing. But even if everything fails and they have to go back to only Battle Royale, getting as good, all that, it falls into obscurity to a degree. I will play it. I love this game. It's given me so much. It's been a comforting thing to do, and an escape during COVID and stuff like that when, you know, the world around us was changing, and it didn't
This is the big time.
feel the
Get
same,
ready.
and it, you know, there were so many worries, and, you know, it gave me a lot of friends, it gave me comfort during that time. I don't know. I don't think I could ever fully quit. Even if I stopped playing as much, I could never stop playing entirely, you know? So even if I am the last player, I will play until the game and the server shut down. Even if everything fails. But the thing is, I'm not thinking that far and that negative, because we still have this amazing, big, massive player base. And I believe it's only gonna get bigger. We're just gonna have to be a little bit more patient when it comes to editing. That is our hope. That is what will fix things. I believe that's how it's gonna happen. And when that does happen, people won't worry about the player count and all that stuff. Sure, some people might quit, like I said before, because sure, you know, their mode that they play isn't being focused on as much. But I guarantee you the people that will come in for that will be way, way, way more than the people that leave. Right now, there are still people that join the game, right? I'm not saying that there aren't new people playing the game, but the people that are stopping to play other games is a lot more than the people joining, and that's why we're seeing this decline. But that won't, I don't think we'll have many years of this fluctuating stuff anymore. I think things will be a lot more normal in some time. Give them time. Don't worry about the player count being low. You know, if you're enjoying the game, that's all that matters. The game is in a transition period, so you know that's really what we're going off of. So, you know, just like exactly what Cypher said, really. So you know, if you're enjoying the game, just keep enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I love the game. I don't think I'd ever stop fully. And yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to talk about today. I've got a lot of things I could talk about. I'm really passionate about this game. As you can tell, I got a bit of a tism. But I would like to talk about some of that stuff, you know, lore-wise. I would like to talk about the Fortnite lore. I know a lot about it, especially of how much of an identity crisis Fortnite's lore's had recently. I could talk about it. I could talk about everything that's happened. Even the little side stuff that happened, like, around the map. Like the chair house back in Chapter 2. the bears versus the gnomes, the coral buddies. I could talk about a lot of stuff when it comes to this game, not just in terms of, you know, the health of the game. I could talk about a lot. So, you know, and I could just, you know, play games in the background. I feel like that could be kind of fun. So if you guys would like to see that, you know, definitely let me know. But no, if you are autistic enough that you were able to actually watch this video to the end and hear me yap, appreciate you a lot. Hope that you stick around for more. And if you're not subscribed, you know, maybe consider subscribing. I don't upload a lot of long-form content or even shorts anymore. I'm trying to get back into that. But I do a lot of streams, a lot of daily
Something
streams
weird has
where I
been
play a lot of
happening in this zone.
Fortnite. Lately I've
The
been
husk
playing
encampments are
Silk
going
Song, Hollow Knight
berserk
Silk
and
Song,
spawning
that game
huge
came out
waves of
recently.
enemies.
Play all
Whatever's
sorts of
happening,
games.
we need to stop it from
But
spreading.
you'll definitely see your fair share of
When you
Fortnite
find an
on
active
these
encampment,
streams.
be ready to fight until the end.
That's definitely
According
the
to my
main
data,
game that
we
I
have
play.
20 minutes to neutralize the targets.
But yeah,
Search
no,
the
I
zone
love
and keep
this
an eye
game.
out for
I'm
any
gonna see it
encampments that look
thrive
angrier than usual.
or completely,
I'll keep an eye out
you
from
know,
here.
go 6 feet under. I'm gonna be there to see it. I'm not leaving, you know, even if other people quit. I'm not leaving. I'm still playing this game.
This encampment is not active.
And, yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video. You are amazing.